Hey everyone, it's Pretty Pink Soul Movement here, and I'm here to do a reading for Uranus that's just moved into Taurus. Um, so this is really interesting. I'm learning astrology, but most of it I actually intuitively pick up. So I've been asking my guides what messages we have to get across for this next 7 to 8 year period, which is as long as Uranus stays in a sign. So the last time Uranus was in Taurus was in 19, I've written it down, 34 to 1941, 42. And it usually goes 7 to 8 years, the cycle, because it kind of dips back into the previous sign for a little bit before it goes into the new sign. So this was a time of the Great Depression. Now, don't freak out. I don't think it's going that way. I think there's definitely major change going on, and we have seen that in the last other energy cycles from like since probably 2013, 2012, which was the end of the main calendar if you're into that sort of thing. And that was the age of Aquarius. We were going from the age of Pisces, where we were looking for other people to help us, moving into the age of Aquarius, we're more independent, more willing to go into ourselves deeper, going into the darker night of the soul and figuring out who we are and what we want for this life. So that has been a rise of spirituality. However, this energy of Uranus in Taurus is moving us to another new level. It's just aiding us on our spiritual journey collectively. So what does it mean to you? There's going to be change, there's going to be liberation, there's going to be more innovation. It's kind of on a personal level, we're going to transform even more so, and I know that you have in the last cycle, in the last 10 years or so, you have, and there's more. And don't be freaked out because we've done the hard yards. So going into this new cycle, this new energy cycle, it's going to be a whole lot easier for us to achieve what we want, to grow, to get what we want. You know, it's figuring out, and most of you will know what you want for your life. But the more we do and the more we follow our passions down, the more it's actually going to be revealed to us. So it's like this added boost I'm getting. So the message that I got, the first thing when I said, hey, universe, what does this mean for us collectively? I got belief systems. So our beliefs are totally transforming and will transform in this 7 and 8 year period. And how will you know? Like, just because Uranus has gone into Taurus now, it might not kick in for you yet, right? Just depending on your placements in your chart and where Uranus sits and stuff like that. It might not kick in for a bit for you. So how will you know? So I pulled some cards on that, and I'm going to read this little bit from the book. And I'll show you this picture. So it says here that basically you'll know when you're going into this new chapter is when you kind of cut off all the bad things for you, all the things that have been plaguing you, all the things you've been fighting with, struggling to let go of, people, jobs, places. There'll be movement, right? Movement in some area of your life, but also you're going by yourself. More than likely, you're probably going by yourself. Not necessarily. So this card says, this is the line I loved. It says, let others have their small and safe lives. You are a person that needs extra extra fire of excitement to feel truly alive. That's how you'll know. When I feel like this is my zero fucks card. When you're like, yeah, I see the lightning. Yeah, I see the challenges ahead of me, but also there's excitement and I need that. And that's the fire in my life, right? For this Knight of Wands. It wants to reach his Queen and his King energy. This is how you'll know. When you start going, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think, Simon. I don't give a fuck what you think, Tiffany. You know, like, I'm doing this anyway. Not in a mean way, but do you know what I mean? It's just like you're standing in your power. You're realizing your power. And the Magician card won't stop popping up today. You're just like, actually, there's no arrogance in this. You're realizing how much power you actually have. You know, how much power you have over your life with your thoughts and with the movement and the action that you take, you know, and it's a very exciting time. So this is how you know that you're moving into that period. So the universe wants you to know that you will be protected during this time. Obviously, you need to use your intuition and your discernment, right? This is a Temperance card. And that's the thing, right? We've been balancing our energy a lot. Balance, 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 balance. Sometimes every freaking half an hour, right? Because there's been so much coming up lately. But now you've got protection here. The wings are here to protect you. This is you, facing this way, looking this way. You've got your eagle to fly overhead. You've got your lion that's going to get anyone on land, like you've got the perception this way and the protection. Just use your discernment. Focus on what you've learned over this last 10-year period and move forward. You're protected. Don't do anything silly. It is actually brings me into my next thing of what Uranus is about. Take risks. You can take risks. Those things that you're guided to, though. Not anything that doesn't sit well within your body, but things you're like, yeah, I'm excited. I might take a risk on this. Those kind of things, right? Not when you get so congested and suffocated with the thought of if fears are drowning you, then that's not the right time for you, right? So either you have to work through those fears and release them, or you just don't even use that idea at all, right? But we're transforming, so I feel like any risks you're wanting to take, that they're going to pay off for you. Obviously, use your discernment. I'm just passing on what I'm receiving. So yeah, it's just exciting. There's going to be this area of excitement. The energy of excitement's just in there, and I feel like most of us are going to follow that. Whereas before we might have been, if someone said, hey, I've got this overseas job, and you're like, oh, but I've got this here, and I've got, this class I'm doing here, and oh, I'm about friends, and oh, it's too hard, I can't be bothered. But whereas now if someone's like, hey, come over here, come to America. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I love my house and maybe my life here, but I want something more. I want some excitement. I want something better, like it's that kind of energy. It's like you've changed your whole perception. It's like you've rebuilt. It's like your soul's in the driver's seat now, whereas before it was your ego. And I wrote about this today, so I'll post the link below if you'd like to read that. It's like, it's takeover. It's just like, okay, cool. Thanks, ego. I got this now. Higher self sitting in there, just going, I'm driving this, right? It's time. Let's go. That's the energy I'm kind of feeling. So what's happening is you're aligning to your universe, the universe, a parallel universe, I guess, or a new timeline that you've actually created for yourself because of all the work that you've been doing. Now this is amazing. So you've had the magician energy. You've called this in. And now you'll know when you're walking into it. So your life could look totally different. It could feel totally different. The energy feels different now. I don't know if you can feel that. But this is the beginning of walking to a whole new universe that you have created. Amazing. Well done. So it's basically a quantum leap. We have taken this massive quantum leap into this whole new world that we've created ourselves because we've closed out so many chapters. It's not time for a quantum leap where we're like, it's happening. It's happening. Like it's your destiny. Even if you haven't walked into that yet, it's happening. It's coming, like it's just, that's exciting in itself, right? Like, and you've made that. Oh, it's exciting. So what do you do to get to that spot as well? Or when you're into that spot, breadcrumbs of bliss. Follow the breadcrumbs, which is your soul, which is your intuition, which is your inner guidance system. Or you might hear signs, read signs, see signs, some good advice that resonates with your soul. Follow those little breadcrumbs, those little baby steps. Go into like the next stages. We've got here, ally in disguise. Discover the hard to find blessing. Now, as you know, this is not going to be like some sort of picnic by the seashore. Like, we're always going to have challenging times, right? Because that's when we grow. And if we're not growing, in a way, you might as well be dead if you're not embracing being uncomfortable and challenges and stuff like that, right? It's just, what's the point of living like sitting, watch the TV, watch the news, get depressed? You know, like, what's the point? Like, we feel good about ourselves when we challenge ourselves and we do something different and we do something our heart and soul want us to do. Now, ally in disguise, find the blessing in everything. Like, and I know, like, you've probably already done this anyway, and I know it's hard to do, but I feel like you've learnt those lessons. You know, like, when you're not in that moment of when you're feeling a bit, like, chaotic, or you don't know what to do next, or, oh my God, when is this, like, horrible time just going to finish? You know, when you look back, right, that you can see the blessings in it. Just like, I was off work for 4 months, and I wasn't getting paid. So I used all my savings. I got down to like $2,000 and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I was suffocating. And I've just got a temp job now for a month, which is just going to help me out a lot, right? But the thing is, if I didn't have that 4 months, like I sat there yesterday and thought, actually, I have grown so much in that 4 months because I was like working 10 hours a day or doing my intuitive readings or writing or exploring myself. Like, I've been working through my pains and my traumas and from past lives and from this life and my fears and my dark night of the soul. I think I must have had like 4 in that time. You know, I've had so many, like, you know, but I kept going. And now I look back and I see it was a blessed time. It was a really, how beautiful of a gift was that to have that time to work on me, because that's what this life's about, working on ourselves and what we want. So, like, if you've ever had a hard time, look back on it and see what blossomed out of that. What was the end result? You know, there's got to be something in there that helped you connect with yourself in a bad time, or realize, you know, what you wanted or what you didn't want. Figuring out what you don't want is so important, because then the opposite side is what you want, right? There's always a silver lining, as you know. We've got here Afterglow. Land gracefully. I'm seeing this as like you hitting dizzying new heights. Don't land on people that have helped you along the way, you know. It's just funny, I just had this visual of like these people standing here and the person go splat on top of them. Thanks, brah. Just be thankful for the help that you've gotten and help other people rise too if you're rising. You know, don't be one of those people, like even in a job, you know, say if someone starts off as an admin person and then they get to be a manager, and then you start working there as an admin person, and then the manager's just a right prick to everyone. You know, it's like, yeah, well, guess what, buddy? You've forgotten where you came from, where people were treating you like that. Did you like it? I'm going to guess no. It's like, don't treat people like that. Everyone knows that status means zip. Absolutely zip. It's just a made up title. Like, it means nothing. It's how you treat people that matters, you know? And if you're in a position to help people, then do so. Like, that is super important. And I know none of you here watching this would ever do anything like that. Maybe you just need to know that too. You know, don't let people treat you like that. This one I love. Never a crowd on the leading edge. There's 2 messages in this. You're leading the way. You're creating innovation yourself. You could be creating a whole new belief system, new structures. You're creating a new life. You're creating new ways of being, and you're sharing that and showing that with other people by the way you move forward and take action. And you need to step forward first. Sometimes we can look around us and go, oh, I want someone else to go first. Like, how's this going to work? Oh, I'm scared, and oh, I'm not a leader, and why can I never find a mentor? And okay, I've got this idea. I guess I'll just run with it. I haven't seen anyone else doing it. Do it. Do it. Guess what? You're the leader. You're the leader. You're the one that's meant to You know, execute whatever idea you have, or any gap analysis, like any gap in anything in the work you're doing, you know, or even your passions. You see a gap in the market, if you're creating something, get in there. It's coming to you for a reason. You need to get out there on the ledge, lead the way, be an inspiration to others. What was this other message? Oh yeah, similar to the one before. Honor those that honor you as well, which I know you will. You know, because I think anyone that's watching this, you're climbing to the top of whatever work you do, whatever area you do, whatever personal development, whether you're a mother, father, astronaut, what. God, I always wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to go back home. You know, whatever you're doing, whatever you're creating, you're making pretty magnets. That's awesome. I need some pretty magnets. Let me know. Like, you know, it's just, it can be anything. You know, it's just got to have meaning to you. Do it first. Love it. Okay, so during this time, already your third eye would have been opening, but it's going to be opening more. Right, and you may be feeling like little tingles here. I feel it a lot when I need a confirmation, or even just before bed, and I'm told that that's my dad who's crossed over that does that as well, and he like tingles it and activates it for me. So you might be getting those type of sensations, crown chakra as well, all the light that's coming in, which is amazing. So we're getting, I guess, a higher grade of third eye vision, clarity. You'll be seeing things in your mind's eye, you'll be seeing colors, you'll be, pardon me, seeing visions. Feel into them, write about them. Ask your guides, what the hell does that mean? If you write about it, you'll get the answer come through you and you can work it out. You know, it says here, reclaiming your mind. You are. Like your higher self is the real you, and it's getting in the driver's seat, and it's fantastic. And then you go sit in the back going, oh, cool. You know what? I don't have to do any work anymore. I'm just going to sit here and just chillax. And that's all it has to do. You're reclaiming your mind for you. And rather than being caught up, you know, a lot of the time in fear, it's more like, okay, I'm just going to breathe through this. I'm going to rest for a bit, recalibrate my energy, and I'm going to move forward again. Pick myself up after I've fallen and and go forward. Not whereas before it'd be like you could have been down for weeks or months even, right? You're just like, I'm dust it off, because I've done this so many times, and I know I'm going to get past this and move into a whole new energy, right? Spiral energy. Sometimes when I meditate, I see spirals. Okay. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Oh. I don't think we do that enough, hey? It's like, yeah, there's in between all the action and the movement. Remember to rest. We've learnt how to temper and balance that energy. Just don't forget to do that, right? Don't forget to keep balancing your energy when you need to. And call on the masculine side of yourself when you need to do the action. And then obviously call on the feminine side more when you need to rest and be more intuitive, and want more information from your higher self. But that energy, that's the new energy that Uranus and Taurus is bringing. And don't forget to appreciate everything that's given to you and share it with everyone else as well. I've got Celestial Gatekeeper. Timing is critical. Now, you need to feel into when you need to move. I'm getting that movement's going to come in really quickly, like, you know, just like say that job offer type thing, that will come in quickly, where you have to make quick decisions. And also you need to know when you might need to hold off on things. So this is where the challenge is, have you learned, you know, how to access your intuition? And it'll still get stronger and stronger, but just keep practicing accessing your intuition, listening to your intuition, write down when you followed it and it's worked out well. Then you'll be able to discern when the time is right to move on to certain things, or accept offers, or is this a good offer for me or a bad one? I've just lost my screen. There it is. You know, just remember that. I believe in you. these colours around a bit. And we've got, last few cards, Cosmic Ancestors and Voice or Concerns. So there's 2 messages in this one. You know, you've got all your ancestors with you. You've got your guides, you've got your higher self, you've got your crossed over loved ones, you've got ascended masters that are also here to help you. You've got all the help in the world. And no doubt you're here because you're a light worker, right? You are being supported by the universe, even when you're alone. And I know it sucks and it's hard. Reach out to others when you can. Talk to your guides, talk to your angels, talk to the universe, just like you would a normal person. And, you know, this will help you at this time. You'll get more access to knowledge from the universe. Don't forget to ask for help from human people and from the spirit world. So, and of course, during this time, there's going to be a lot of unions. Twin flame unions. It's happening. I think there's going to be quite a few people meeting up at the beginning of this year, 2019. And obviously it's going to just keep going and going. I don't know what all the cycles are. I don't think anyone can know. And then just to confirm this as well, 2 of the cards I pulled. So we've got 2 of Cups, so we've got the Lovers, right? Like, it's destined. This one. The universe is helping you with this because this is how it's meant to be. Like, moving into this cycle is triggering the twin flames meeting up, because a lot of the twin flames, if you're light workers, which the twin flames are, you're here to make the world better. Part of the change, part of the revolution, you know. Hey, and you may need to do it for yourself, by yourself for a while, but then there's actually some of us, which I have a feeling I might be a part of too, you know, twin flames are here to help everyone progress. So I'll just predict here that my twin flame, who I haven't met yet, apart from on the astral plane, would be doing similar stuff to like what I'm doing. Innovating change and trying to help people, right? So, because the twin flame will be your mirror. So think about, if you haven't met your twin flame yet, or if you think you have, where do you mirror each other? Like with your life purpose, if you know that much. And this is what you'll also be finding out. More about your life purpose as you go on. So thank you so much for joining me. That's the end of my reading. Don't forget to check out my blog. If you'd like to do a life purpose reading with me, please contact me. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.